Welcome back for another video. In this one we're going to look at the best players to buy for each position, including replacements for some potential injured players like Cher, Maguire, possibly Fernandes. We've only got a few more decisions to make this season between transfers and captaincy. Let's get into it. Starting with the keepers. As the fixture ratings show this week, no team's got a great double game week, so the ceiling's not that high for the keepers. And Edison's top this week with 7.5 projected points, away to Fulham and Spurs. It's become clear the last few game weeks that Vardy or even Walker are the way to go in City's defence rather than Edison, as they often concede a single goal and defenders at least have a route to attacking returns. Vicario's second on the keepers table this week. They're home to Burnley first and then they've got City. 6.6 points for him and 6.3 for Petrovic, not much between them. If you're looking to make a keeper transfer, one thing to bear in mind is whether you need to play them in Gameweek 38 or not. Spurs have got Sheffield United in the final game week while Chelsea got Bournemouth. Again, none of the keepers are essential. Spurs have lost 4 on the bounce now. Chelsea have looked better recently, but by no means a top defence right now. And Man United, the worst defence in the league over the last 6 games. And Nana's on 6.2 projected points, up against Arsenal and Newcastle. Given they've got Maguire, Lindelof, Varane, Shaw, Martinez, Kambala, etc. all out, it's not that surprising. So a genuine question some are asking is it worth selling the likes of Onana or Dalot? In my opinion, I actually think it's perfectly fine if you've got 2 free transfers, otherwise perhaps not, because 2 free transfers could be very powerful in Gameweek 38. It depends on who you're buying as well though. I wouldn't buy any names below Onana in this list. Verbruggen's a risky one, because despite the double, still could get a game. Verbruggen's played 19 games this season and Steele's played 16. I mean, as recently as Gameweek 34, Verbruggen was benched, so why take the headache on? On to defenders for Gameweek 37. Vardy, Walker and Pedro Porro all joined top this week with 6.6 points. Despite Tottenham's woes recently, they should absolutely be beating Burnley comfortably, especially at home, and an opportunity to end the losing streak. And given they've got Sheffield United in Gameweek 38, I still think Pedro Porro is a very good transfer, and he's top among all defenders for projected points over the next 2. Vardy's easily the superior pick to Walker for me. If we look at the last 4 game weeks, you can see the areas he's been taking his shots at. A really advanced average position as well over the last 4. Walker's played 3 games over the last 4 game weeks and he hasn't taken a single shot over that run. So who are the best Newcastle defenders and share replacements? Burns on 6.1 points, Kraft's on 5.4. I'd only buy Kraft if you don't have the extra 0.2 mil and if Cher's expected to miss the double. Kraft should be nailed while Cher's out. However, given Cher's comments that he thinks he could be back before the end of the season, it seems there's a chance that Kraft drops out again. Hall and Livramento are a bit tricky as well. Hall only plays in left back, while Livramento can play left back or right back. But Trippier's near a return, and whenever he's back, I mean Livramento can only compete for left back with Hall. Cucurella is the only Chelsea defender to make the table with 5.4 points. He's 4.8 mil. He's looked better recently, and he started the last 9 in a row with Chilwell currently sidelined. Colwell is back from injury, so Cucurella is not completely nailed, however he's still the best of the Chelsea defenders. Chalobah's played really well recently at right back, but Gusto's back from injury, so it's a bit too risky for me. Although they've only got a single game week, Braunthwaite and Tarkowski are perfectly fine transfers this week if you'd rather not mess about with the double game week defenders with mediocre fixtures. They've got 3.9 projected points for their home game against Sheffield United. Let's move on to midfielders, and this week we've got 4 players on 10 plus projected points. It's Son top with 11.6, then De Bruyne, Palmer and Foden. Son was back on the score sheet against Liverpool. In my opinion, he just doesn't have the physicality to play as a number 9. He can't expect it to win anything against the likes of your Van Dijk, Salibas and Diaz etc. He looked much better when Richarlison came on and was pushed to the left wing. After 1 goal 1 assist, Richarlison's surely in line for a start against Burnley, and he also makes the table with 9 projected points. I'd imagine for the final 3 games we see Richarlison playing number 9 and Son left wing, unless there's an undisclosed Richarlison injury we're not aware of. We talked about De Bruyne versus Foden in Monday's free hit video. That'll be on screen at the end if you've not seen it. The best team for Gameweek 37 basically. If you're looking to press on higher up the ranks or chase a mini league leader, then De Bruyne's the one, only 18% owned, while Foden's 40% owned. De Bruyne's returned in 9 of 13 games since returning from injury. Another huge one this week is captaincy. Although Son tops the table, I prefer De Bruyne and Palmer on current form, both individually and as a team. I wonder if the Wolves game was a sign that Pep's conscious of goal difference. It could go down to the wire still if City draw a game. At the moment their goal difference is 6 worse than Arsenal with a game in hand. And we're used to seeing City let off the gas at the end of games and dominate the ball, but we saw them put 5 past Wolves. It could lend weight to having KDB, Foden and Haaland tripled up. There's bound to be huge points there, though in many cases, myself included, I'm already tripled up with a defensive asset, or I've got other midfielders that are difficult sells. So Bruno's currently yellow flagged after missing the Palace game. It's actually the first match he's ever missed through injury in his career. Given that Ten Hag said he'll fight to be a part of the Palace game and never rule him out, it suggests that he wasn't far off making that one, and we should get an update later in the week anyway. A really under the radar pick is Madueke, he's 5.3 mil. He's looking better every game lately and he's passing the eye test. He took 7 shots against West Ham, only Haaland took more last game with 8. So what's the best midfield for double Gameweek 37? I'd say Son, Palmer, Foden, Gordon, and then one of Fernandes or De Bruyne. It's a bit more complicated than just Bruno versus De Bruyne though, because going De Bruyne means having a worse defence, so it's all about the combination points, such as Vardy on Bruno or burning De Bruyne. We'll quickly round up with the forwards. So let's recap on the top players across all positions this week. Haaland's first with 13.1 points, and then Son on 11.6, KDB 10.9, Isak and Palmer 10.7, and then finally Foden. It's pretty hard to look past Haaland for captaincy this week after bagging 4 last match. However, if any of you are, let us know who your captain is going to be. It's actually an unreal double game week for Newcastle in my opinion. They've been outstanding in home games, and their first match is home to Brighton, and then they're playing a bare bones Man United team away who can't stop conceding with so many players out, so the Isak and the Gordon double-up looks very strong. Jackson's third on the forwards table, and quite rightly on recent form, 16-pointer last game week, and he registered a staggering 1.72 non-penalty XG versus West Ham, which was comfortably highest of the game week. João Pedro is in 4th with 8.2 points. I'd much rather have Isak or Jackson, though there is a big price difference there. João Pedro owners were unlucky last game. He missed the first of 11 penalties he's taken this season, though he at least scored a follow-up after it was saved. Wilson could be an interesting super differential on the table here. He started alongside Isak last match, and he's got 2 goals in his last 2. He's one to look at if you've got spare Newcastle slot and if you need a forward this week. He got back-to-back 12 pointers in double Gameweek 37 last season for a 24-point haul. Thanks very much for watching. For more Gameweek 37 content, tap a video on screen now. See you soon for the next one.